Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the future of jobs. We've explored the major trends, the jobs on the rise and the ones facing decline. And now it's time to get to the heart of it, the skills that will make you indispensable in this brave new world of work. One thing that really stands out to me in this report, it's the emphasis on human-centered skills. It's not enough to just be tech savvy. You also need to be adaptable, creative, and able to work effectively with others.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's break it down. What are some of the specific technical skills the report highlights?
Well, no surprise, AI and big data are at the top of the list, along with cybersecurity and a general technological literacy. These are the skills that allow you to understand and work with the technologies that are transforming every industry.
So basically, if you can speak the language of computers, you're in a good position. But I'm actually more curious about those human-centered skills. Can you give me some examples?
Sure, the report emphasizes analytical thinking, resilience and adaptability, creativity, leadership, and social influence as absolutely essential for navigating the future of work.
That's an interesting mix. I can see how those skills would be valuable in a rapidly changing environment. But can you give me like a concrete example?
Okay, so imagine you're working on a team that's developing a new product using AI. Now you need to not only understand the technical aspects of the AI, but you also need to be able to think critically about how that AI will be used, what the potential ethical implications are, and how to communicate those implications to a non-technical audience. That requires a blend of technical and human-centered skills.
That's a great example. It makes me realize that these human-centered skills are what really set us apart from machines. I mean, computers can crunch data and follow algorithms, but they can't replicate things like empathy, creativity, and critical thinking.
Exactly. And the report makes it clear that these uniquely human skills are becoming increasingly valuable in the workplace. As automation takes over more routine tasks, it's the human element that will become even more crucial. Our ability to solve complex problems, connect with others, and adapt to change.
Yeah, that makes sense. But all this talk about skills leads us to a pretty big challenge, doesn't it? The skills gap. The report acknowledges that finding workers with the right mix of skills is a major concern for employers. So what can be done about that?
Well, the report highlights two promising trends. First, more and more companies are investing in reskilling and upskilling their current workforce. They're recognizing that it's often more cost-effective and efficient to train their existing employees rather than trying to recruit new ones with the perfect skill set.
So instead of looking outward for talent, they're looking inward. That makes a lot of sense. What's the other trend?
The other trend is a shift towards skills-based hiring. Instead of relying solely on traditional degrees, employers are starting to focus more on actual work experience and skills assessments. They're looking for evidence that you can actually do the job, regardless of whether you have a fancy diploma.
So it's becoming less about what you learned in school and more about what you can actually do. That's a big shift in mindset.
It is, and it creates opportunities for people who may not have followed a traditional educational path, but who have developed valuable skills through other means, like online courses, boot camps, or even self-directed learning.
I like that. It seems like the future of work is becoming more inclusive and less reliant on outdated notions of what qualifies someone for a job.
And you know what else is important to remember? The future of work is not predetermined. It's being shaped right now by the choices we make as individuals, businesses, and governments.
So it's not just about adapting to change, it's about actively shaping that change. That's pretty empowering.
It is, and that brings us to the most important takeaway from this entire deep dive. The future of work is not something that's happening to us. It's something we're creating together.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from global trends to specific jobs and skills. If you, the listener, could walk away with just one thing, it would be this. The future is yours to create. Embrace lifelong learning, be adaptable, and don't be afraid to pursue work that aligns with your values and passions.
And remember, this report is just a starting point. It's a snapshot of the forces that are shaping the future of work. The real journey begins now, with the choices you make and the actions you take.
That's a great note to end on. And if you're feeling inspired to delve deeper into this data and explore specific trends in your industry or region, we encourage you to check out the Interactive Data Explorer tool on the World Economic Forum's website. The link will be in our show notes. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of jobs.